I've ridden 200,000 kilometers using the Beeline as my primary navigation tool on my Guinness World Record journey. I have pushed this device to its absolute breaking point. I'm not just some random dude who took out this device for the weekend and did
Two highly scientific tests.
with it. There are 4 big problems that will cause you to regret buying the Beeline Moto II, as well as the device's Achilles heel, which caused me to almost give up using this device entirely. So why do I still use it every single day? Dumb it. I'm Clint James. I'm riding 1 million kilometers around the world solo. It's the longest motorcycle journey in human history. Problem 1, the size. This is a small device and I will lose it about once a month. The Beeline Moto II is about the size of my G-Shock watch and it provides top-down navigation for your motorcycle or bicycle. Technically, this device is not a GPS. It's just a GUI or graphic user interface. All the heavy lifting, maps, data, rerouting happens on your phone inside the Beeline application. If this device falls off, everything is still being recorded on the application on your phone, which is brilliant. If you want, you can download the free application and just play around with it. For as good as the Beeline application is, it's really surprising that there is no Find My feature or ability to track down the GPS using Bluetooth. My Beeline GPS fell off. I was using an attachment that was actually broke. It probably lasted way longer on my motorcycle than it should have. So I'm just gonna walk like 2 kilometers and see if I can find that GPS, because that is my last Beeline. Walked about 4 or 5 kilometers solo. Couldn't find my GPS. Silver lining, I found this dope semi-plate. This will be a gift. A feature that I did not know existed until I made this video is the Find My Beeline feature. This noise is louder than my AirTag and it lights up the device, but there is no visual map. If you do lose it, they can find your last location that it was paired to your phone, but if you lose it on a highway, if you're on a road trip, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to find it. A visual map would be really handy. I also haven't found a good way to attach an AirTag or tracker to this device. Problem 2, GPX files. So there's a Luke Hilby video online with 100,000 views. It's pretty good, I enjoyed it. And he talks about how the GPS can't be used when you're off-road, when you're away from a major highway.
As of now, there's unfortunately no way to import and follow a GPX track perfectly, making the Moto 2 pretty useless for off-road navigation.
You can use the Beeline GPS off-road. GPX files can just be terrible files to deal with. That, to me, isn't a reason to stop using the application off-road. A major reason why I switched to the Beeline GPS is because my Garmin Zumo XT2 kept exporting corrupted GPX files like 5% of the time. If I don't record a solid GPX file for my entire motorcycle journey of 11 years, Guinness World Records disqualifies the attempt.
You get nothing!
Today is August 24th, 2023. For the second day, my Garmin GPX files have been corrupted. There's no time stamp on it even, no closing tags. It just randomly ends. However, I have been documenting my trip simultaneously with my little Beeline GPS, and that has been flawless, super effortless, everything required with the GPX file. Now I don't even use it.
Stinky! Can you go off-road with it? No.
I've used the Moto 2 and Moto 1 my entire Guinness Record journey, whether I'm on-road, off-road, dirt road, whatever. The Beeline GPS can actually do a pretty nifty trick that makes it really handy as an off-road GPS device. I'm without network right here. There's no Wi-Fi, and I'm in the middle of northern Brazil. I'm gonna walk just towards like this forest area, maybe through the water, and I'm gonna leave the device back here on my motorcycle because all the tracking is done through your phone. As you might be able to see, my motorcycle is over right there right now. I mean, that's definitely off-road, right? My device never even left the motorcycle. It was just all recorded here. What this means is that if you crack your Beeline GPS device, or if it goes flying off somewhere, your entire journey, all that GPX data is still being recorded on your phone, assuming it's safe, tucked away in your pocket or inside your tank bag. Compare that to maybe an Android phone you have mounted on your motorcycle. If that cracks or goes flying somewhere, you might not be able to retrieve that data, especially if you're out of cell phone signal. With the Beeline GPS, you can just take out a spare GPS if you have one. They're like 220 bucks. You buy two, it's 440 bucks. It's still a lot less than a Garmin's. We can just turn this guy on right here, right? It's right there, it just connected, rerouted, and we are good to go. They're identical. They have the identical same app, this app right here on my phone, running on both of them. And I can use my backup Beeline to continue recording my GPX data as if I never even ate shit in the first place. If you do use a Beeline Moto GPS as a backup, make sure it's charged and it has updated software. And I'm just gonna ride down this little dirt road, which isn't a recognized road on Google Maps or on Beeline. And as you can see, there's no road that exists here on Google Maps or Beeline, and it recorded me fine. I actually think this is someone's property, so I'm gonna get off of it. Here you can see the off-road route right there. I can re-import this route back into my phone, and the Beeline application has no problem reading it. That said, there is one major problem: GPX file exporting. There is no batch export option. So if you do want to save your routes and export them to your computer, you have to export them one at a time, which is really time consuming. The alternative is you can email an engineer at Beeline and they'll happily share all the routes with you as a zip file, but I personally don't like having to have that middleman involved, and I would prefer just to export them all myself at the end of the day. Problem 3, it's not always crystal clear which road you need to take. The Beeline Moto II has really improved over the Moto 1 because of the top-down navigation. It's a lot easier to see which road you're expected to take. However, at times, you can still miss the turnoff. If you're not totally aware of your surroundings and you let Beeline choose the route for you, it will take you down some Michael Scott roads. Easy example, this morning, I knew this road on the east was all asphalt, but I didn't know what this road on the west was. Beeline recommended me to take this road on the west. It's kind of road. It has a lot of dog ribs. There was some loose sand heading up here, and I think the only vehicles that really take this road are like the farm trucks and stuff. Some reviewers have brought up Beeline Plus, which is a $5 a month subscription to get live traffic data, and reviewers have said it feels predatory. I've never paid for Beeline Plus, but using the app, I've never felt like anything was missing. Any major road shutdowns or blockages, it's always been in the app already. Problem 4, if you get off your original route by mistake, but you still have cell phone signal, the GPS will reroute automatically on you if you're specifically trying to stay out of certain areas. The Beeline GPS really doesn't care. I have been forced to ride through the slums of Suriname because my Moto GPS thought that was the best route, rather than my original route. I have no idea why the Beeline application reroutes the entire route instead of just trying to help you get back to your original route. However, you can turn off rerouting as a whole inside the settings. And finally, the Achilles heel. When you start the day and you have cell signal or Wi-Fi, you can plug in your route for the day into the Beeline application. And the application will remember your route and give you turn-by-turn directions throughout the day, even if you get disconnected from cell signal or Wi-Fi, as long as you don't close out of the application. However, say later on in the day you don't have cell signal and then you took the wrong turn, maybe at a complicated interchange section. Suddenly, the Beeline GPS device becomes a brick. The device cannot recalculate routes if it's offline. This can be dangerous, depending on where you are and if you can find a safe area to stop at.
Oh, fuck.
And I think the real easy solution for this is if you are going somewhere that's new and possibly dangerous, is you always have a paper map either on your tank bag or you have a cheap Android phone that you're not afraid to get stolen that has Google Maps downloaded onto it. So why not just use an Android phone or a dedicated GPS device all the time? For me, there are 6 big benefits that the Beeline GPS provides that I can't get from using a cell phone. 1, it's a really economical price for a GPS device. Number 2, I don't like the idea of having my phone constantly exposed to the elements, whether that's my primary phone or a secondary backup phone. Number 3,
All their hardware is really thought out.
I don't think it could be downplayed how easy it is to attach and detach the Beeline Moto II.
As someone who's constantly worried about their camera falling off their helmet, there's a really nice click that you can hear and feel.
The Garmin Zumo X-T2 is touchscreen, and that seems alright in theory until you have to ride in the rain. And then the device gets phantom touches and it will navigate off the maps page. There's no way to lock the Garmin or turn down the touch sensitivity. Beeline, on the other hand, is not touchscreen. Beeline has these really nice rocker buttons, which remind me a lot of the old Bop It toys. I also don't know any phone that's going to have a battery life of 14 hours, especially at the brightness required to ride throughout the day. It will last me almost 2 days worth of riding without having to charge it. The Moto 2 now has a USB-C charging port, so it makes it incredibly easy to charge at the end of the day with all my other devices. In my experience, the Garmin Zumo X-T2 had a battery life of about 6 hours. Now, I did reach out to Beeline and ask them if they're working on anything to improve the offline routing situation, and they told me they're working on something. I take that to mean we're going to have downloadable offline maps in 6 months. For every problem that I've encountered with the device or the application, Beeline knows about it and they're actively working on a solution. The Beeline Moto 2 might not be perfect, but it's effective. And it's backed by a really good team that's obsessed with iterating and making the end product better. It's different than it was on launch day, and it's gonna be different a year from now. I have 0 paid sponsorships from Beeline or any other company right now. If you do want to try out the GPS, I left my affiliate link in the video description. If you do buy the GPS and it doesn't work out for you, if it doesn't put a smile on your face, let me know. I will try and make things right.